Starlancer Max, Drake Corsair, or RSI Andromeda. Which ship will dominate? Which ship is the best? Which one should you get? And which ship is right for you? Let us find out in today's video. So let's get started. First, I'm going to show you for every ship the build that I think right now is the best. Of course, you can always modify this or copy it if you like. So let's start with the Starlancer Max. Starlancer Max, I have put all attritions because attritions are now OP in 3.20.3 and you should definitely use them. For the remote turrets, just put the ballistic weapons. Right now I'm looking from the side of the single player. So if you are single playering all these three ships, which are in my opinion the biggest class that a single player can efficiently drive. So for the remote turret I would use all ballistic, so in case someone drops by it has something to shoot, but if you do not have anyone you will have more bullets for the attritions. I will leave the default missiles, but you can also change it. Now let's see the shields. The shields, you can either decide if you want to have more shield power but a little bit less HP, and that is the choice that you have to make between S3 parapet and FR86 shields. If you value more components health, then take FR86, but if you prefer much more shield and better regenerate rate, then go with the S3 parapet. So I will use this one. For the power plants, same thing. If you prefer a little bit more power, then use the Luxor core, but if you want more component power, then use GS400. In my opinion, I'm sticking with the Lux core because I have one extra power generation, and if we have two cores, then that's two more power. Next, the coolers. The coolers, I think you should always pick most HP. So in that opinion, I will choose the Avalanche. But if you want, you can also take the Absolute Zero, but HP is very bad. So yeah, go with the Avalanche. You'll have better component HP and the cooling power is about the same, and it's not that important right now. Quantum drives. Now all the quantum drives are currently same speed inside of the SAR Citizen, but the only difference is this component HP. Choose the one that has the most component power, and that is of course XL1. Now that we have set up out of the way for Starlancer, let's check out the same for the Corsair. Almost the same. Attritions, only change this here to deadbolts, and that is it. And now for the Constellation Andromeda. I was thinking first, should I compare Aquila or Andromeda? But since these ships are all capable of holding the cargo, but also we are measuring their performance and we are looking the best all-round ship, I was decided to take the Andromeda. And the price of Andromeda and Corsair and this ship Starlancer Max is almost the same. So yeah, these are the best ships to compare with. So let's start with the pilot DPS. We have 3260 DPS and 890 alpha, 8068 DPS, but we should cut down the two of these. Leave empty, leave empty. Now the DPS is still better than this, but there's a catch. This ship is slow as hell. It's a flying brick, you all know that, but this ship is absolutely good and maneuverable. And if you are choosing between the speeds, I will go for the Starlancer Max. Now the Andromeda is the other thing. The Andromeda is also fast and maneuverable, and it has 4 weapons. So if you are planning to take on ERT only, I think the Constellation Andromeda is better choice, because you as a pilot have more weapon power, at least now. There is a plan in future to put down size 5s to size 4s on the Andromeda, and then this ship will be same as this. And because it's same, this one is bigger, has more space, has more cargo, you can put more things inside. I would go for the Starlancer Max. But right now, the Andromeda is better for ERT missions. So this was the part where we talk about technicalities and setups. Now we are going to go inside of the game and take the ships and look at them in the game and see which one is really better when we actually go and play the game. Be aware, I cannot put all of these weapons on them because I spent all my money from PTU to buy the ships, so I cannot afford having all of this setup. But you have already seen the setup and you know the power, so we will only observe what is important in that moment. Let's have fun, citizens. Alright, my fellow citizens, here we are inside of the game. We have all three ships parked near each other. As you can see, the Starlancer Max, his name says it's the maxed out, it's the biggest one. Then goes the Andromeda, or if you have Aquila it's even bigger, and then the Corsair. Now this is very important to see these ships parked one against other, because the smallest of them all, the Drake Corsair, has the worst turning rate. Even if they are all the same on the website, Corsair just moves like a brick, flies like a brick. It's very unmaneuverable, and that's because the CIG nerfed it because it had too much power. But then they took away two of his guns, and as a single player you are now stuck with less power, and still they haven't changed his maneuverability. So the ship that is 2 size of the Drake Corsair is now also 2 times more maneuverable. Also the Andromeda, which is also half size bigger than a Corsair, is much more maneuverable, which is kind of crazy. The Corsair was my favorite ship for a long time, but after the nerf I just couldn't bear it. I just melted and got upgrade to this beauty. Now in my eyes I would love to hold the Corsair if it had still 4 size 5s, or even I would accept this 4 size 4s, 2 size 3s. That would be the best option if they wanted to nerf this ship. But CIG decided to do the dumbest thing of them all, and yeah, it has stuck with only 2 size 5s for the pilot, and you have to find a pilot who will sit in your cockpit and just press the button when you say to him, because it cannot move the weapons physically. You have to move the entire ship, and also you cannot use the turret. Andromeda is very powerful ship. In my opinion, the best ship for the single player. It's not that big, it's not that small, it has amazing firepower. When it gets nerfed, I think the Max will take that place. But right now, yeah, this ship, in my opinion, Andromeda, is better for the single player than the Max. Now, if you're an experienced player and you like the design of the Max and you like that you are able to have almost ship for everything and beautiful design and drive everything that you need, then the win goes to the Max, in my opinion, because Max is just well-planned ship, very nice, beautiful ship. Also, you have to take in advantage the size of the ships. Max is very big, but it has same shields as these 2 ships, so this ship will get the shield down much faster than if you are, for example, in Drake Corsair, because profile it's much lower than other 2 ships. Now, looking just at design, I would say that the Drake Corsair, in my opinion, has the most beautiful design of them all. I really love that ship. I don't like the interior, but outside look is just top notch for me. And when you open the wings and that asymmetrical view, yeah, really nice. The second place I would give to Max, my sliding penguin. And the more I fly this ship, the more I start to love it. You have huge engines, you have 2 decks, good turrets, everything's well planned, and the CIG learned from all of the other ships. Now when you land, cargo bay goes all the way to the ground, you can easily load it. Amazing ship. Last place would be Andromeda. It's just not nice ship, in my opinion. It's an outdated design. If it's not so much angular and so much cuts, it would be very nice ship. I also have to mention that I really love the implementation of the vetoes on Andromeda or Connie series and Drake Corsair. You have a moving parts which really show you that you are using the veto. On the Max you have a veto, I didn't know that, but yeah, it has a veto, but it's not seen. Interior design, I would go for the Corsair, Max, and then Andromeda. Let's take a look at the cockpits. We have a new MFD displays for the Constellation series, and they are much better than before. Of course, they are still obstructed, but they offer the best view and surrounding area. So in that regard, yeah, this is very nice cockpit. And also for MFDs, only the problem is sometimes your helm hood, which you can turn off easily. Now let's go to the Corsair and to the Starlancer Max. The cockpit of the Corsair. This cockpit, in my opinion, is very, very nice. We have lots of MFDs, and MFD reworks are kind of cool, but I like the green color before more. And yeah, sometimes it's bugged, they all completely disappeared, but ignoring this issue, the Corsair has a nice overview above, and it's in general very nice to operate. The cockpit of Starlancer Max is, for me, love and hate. I love the cockpit, I love the MFDs, these are one of the finest MFDs in Star Citizen. I like the old system integrated down there and projections in front of you. It's really nice, not obscuring. The problem is the radar. Why is it there? Why isn't here in front of me? Why do we have 2 meters of the cabin in front and not usable, and I cannot use that radar, it's just too far and awkward. The second thing that I don't like is this part. You are not able to see as much as you can see from the other 2 ships, but I love the horizontal open view. Other than that, just the design of the cockpit I really like. In terms of design, the Connies are a little bit outdated and the design is not that refined. We cannot expect from CIG to change them. I think they will probably make a new ship and they will retire this one. Of course, we can expect a nerf in the weapons, but not completely sure. And yeah, hey, the table is working. Hooray. This ship has a very good cargo. The only problem is it's elevator based, so not that great. But it has a lot of missiles. If you take the Taurus, which is longer than this, it has even more space, it has a tractor beam, and it's one of the best ships to handle the cargo as a single player. So what you see here at Andromeda, Taurus is just even more bigger. If we take a look the interior of the Corsair, you will feel like you are in some kind of old ship, old design, and it doesn't look like a ship from 1000 years in the future. It looks like something that we could build right now if we had a power to engines and we could fly off. Also, it has taken its inspiration from the Alien movies, so it can be quite scary walking inside. A lot of doors, only 1 floor, and we have a beautiful big cargo. You can stuff a lot of vehicles here, including the medical Ursa, but so you can do with the other ships. And what I like better than the Constellation or Aquila is that this cargo bay is not the elevator, and you can launch the Mirai Fury out of this ship. So it's very, very useful in combat. So you just open the door and Fury can fly off if you have your friend to operate it. I loved this ship for a long time, but sadly after the nerf I just don't want to fly it anymore. The bridge of this ship is absolutely stunning to me. This is the new design of Star Citizen and it's just absolutely beautiful. I love how spacious and open it is. I love how everything on this ship is spacious and open. Some of you in my previous video have commented that they don't like that CIG made the rooms big and wasted so much space, but I actually like this because I can finally enjoy my ship at the fullest. If you are really in this world of Star Citizen and you are really doing the roleplay, you want to have space, you want to be enjoyable and not cramped up. And also I like these here windows, and if you didn't know, you can do this. These are the blast doors, or if the sun is going to your eyes when you're operating the turrets, you can close them or open them. How cool is this? A little net detail. 2 things that I don't like about this ship is this one. I hate this room with the escape pods. Why couldn't they put all 4 pods on one side and on the other weapons armory? That would be cool. especially because we have an exit here on the left side and here on the right side. It would be cool to be prepared immediately. Everything else I like about this ship. I love the beautiful design of this huge open area to enjoy as you are flying to destination, to pass time. Yeah, I really feel like at home. The second thing that I don't like about the design of this ship is this hallway. Now, because they made the hallway from both of the sides, they cut the room view and you are feeling like you are living in a tin can. It would be much better if they just made direct hallway through here and then make the rooms go all the way to the sides and make them even bigger. Why not? I love the space. And also you could have a windows to gaze outside and enjoy when you are flying this ship. If they did this, this would be a huge success. Almost perfect design, but still I like it. Not too many complaints, at least it is unique. Now this ship is the biggest of them all, and because of that it has 2 floors. Let's go to the lower deck. We have this beautiful elevator, I like it, and we also have 2 elevators at the back. Now I know some of you said that is also bad use of space and CIG wanted this ship to be smaller for hauling cargo, and I think that's partially true, but I love the elevators, why not? If it's real cargo ship you want to have more. Now this room is very cool. Your suits and your weapon locker is here, but it would be cool that we also have one weapon locker upstairs, because this is a 2-deck ship, it would be amazing. I love the exit point here. Now the cargo. For the cargo holding area I have mixed feelings. First, the walkway is really great because it reminds you on the bigger Hull C, but in reality it is wasting the space. But you can cram a lot in here, don't worry about it. And I wouldn't worry much about space or grid for this because we have this amazing cargo. Look at the space in here. I was able to put all of the vehicles inside. I even was able to put the medical Pisces inside, which was really amazing. And look at how cool these windows are here to gaze outside. And it would be amazing if we had the same windows in the rooms upstairs as I suggested for the hallway, but it isn't like that. But at least we have direct access, the elevator from left and right side directly to the upper deck, which is really amazing in my opinion. And even if this grid is not fully utilized, you can stuff a lot here. I mean a lot. You don't need the grid. You can put 250 SU boxes with the medical RSI inside. How cool is that? So at the end of the interior space, I think the clear win is here, the Starlancer Max. It offers the most, it looks the most beautiful, but downside it's a little bit bigger ship and it's harder to navigate with it. So if I would want to rank the interiors, I would rank the MISC first place, then Drake Corsair, and the last place should be Andromeda because it's very outdated design and yeah, it's an old ship. This is just newer, better, and I love it so much. Of course, if you are into the Alien franchise, the Drake Corsair would be much more appealing to you, but I'm very happy with this update. So at the end of this video, which ship is the best? Which ship should you get? Well, I leave that to you. You pick what you like the most. This is the game after all, and you do that which you really like in your heart. Every one of these ships will be amazing and you will not make a mistake choosing any of them. But me personally, I would choose the Starlancer Max. It's just better ship than any other ships. Also, be aware that this ship will probably get nerfed in future, at least at the maneuverability or maybe in something else too. We don't know that, but we will see in the future. Right now, I love the space in the Max. I love the design. Everything is on the right place. Few smaller details that I don't like, but that doesn't pull me away from the ship. The Drake Corsair I would put on a second place because it's still very good ship and a lot of DPS, and when the Connie is nerfed, it will still be better than a Connie with the DPS. Right now the Connie is for the win. In the future I think the Corsair will be better ship. Currently the Connie is the king of them all for the single player. If you want bigger and more beautiful and overall better ship for everything, I would go for the Max, not the Corsair. But if you own the Connie, you're good. You don't have to upgrade unless you really want. So as I said before, buy them all in the game when the time comes. So if you want to invest some money in Star Citizen really, and you want to support the project, I would suggest that you go for the Starlancer Max, because this ship is still not in the game and you will have time to enjoy it before it arrives in the game. Or buy them all separately inside of the game when the time comes and enjoy all three of them as I'm doing right now. What are your thoughts about all of the three ships? Write me down in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, like and share. And until next video, have fun out there, my fellow citizens.